about those out so early.
Thanks for checking out our exclusive digital show, the Good Day Austin Roundup.
Highlighting and talking about some of our favorite segments from the morning show that you may have missed.
I am digital editorial lead Donnie, and I am joined by Good Day Austin anchors Dave, Casey, and
howdy,
Zachary. And I get to sit next to you this week.
I know.
Don't be so excited.
It never happens.
Oh, wow.
This will be used later, but I feel like we're using them a lot right now. So
Yeah, it's because we are.
All right, sit back, relax, buckle up. You know what time it is. Weather around the world. Let's start out in Alabama, where time-lapse footage captured a rotating cloud. Never want to see this in your neighborhood. That's a precursor of a tornado. This is video out of Tanner as storms hit the northern part of the state. Weather officials monitored the rotating supercell, but said that it remained below severe limits. So if that rotation would have touched the ground, a tornado would
that looks
be
so scary.
happening.
It's like dark
that is about as ominous as it gets. Yeah.
It's on the verge of turning into a tornado, but thankfully it did not touch the ground. So just a scary looking cloud. Yeah. All right, let's head to Spain now, where they also had severe weather, rotating clouds. But check out video of rain and hail rapidly flowing through the streets of one town. The country's meteorological agency did issue a severe storm warning for several provinces. So yes, even in Europe, they can have severe weather like we have here in Central Texas.
Running through the streets.
It's so crazy. It's like all the hail.
Yeah.
At first, when I saw the video, I was like, "What are we looking at?" I was like, "Oh man."
All right, now to Taiwan, where some drivers narrowly avoided some falling rocks due to the storms that hit the island country. Oh, we got a landslide.
Wow.
Whoa. Hit the brakes.
How crazy, right?
Can we hit reverse? Let's get out of here.
Well, you'll get to see
Reverse may not be any bargain either.
Wow, check out this video of multiple vehicles just getting by as the rocks tumbled down. Officials say luckily there were no serious injuries. They say that heavy rains for nearly 2 days resulted in the rocks to crack and collapse.
There were no serious human injuries. I would argue there might have been some pretty serious vehicular.
Yeah, I think they said maybe two of the cars. I mean, obviously this white
Someone
car
had to go
and
to
then
a
the other
body
car on the
shop.
other side.
Yeah.
I think got a little bit of damage, but.
You know, you see those signs when you're driving around in Colorado and stuff, watching the falling rocks. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I'm going as fast as I can. Get out of the area.
That'd be so scary.
Yeah.
All right, surveillance video captured the moment. A large water spout came ashore in Florida. This is footage from the Pensacola Beach resort community. The water spout did cause some damage to local businesses. Another water spout, which is a tornado on water, also came ashore in nearby Destin and caused some damage.
I think this is the first time we'd see a video of the water spout coming onto the shore.
Yeah,
we usually do videos of like way out in the middle of nowhere.
Something about that footage, the dust makes it look like it's from 1974.
Yeah, it does look like it's a filter of some kind.
Yeah, all right.
That's a pretty big water spout.
I need to remove this from
Where is it?
From the what?
It's on to the right, upper right.
all that white stuff.
All of that is water
the whole
spout?
thing, Usually they're real tiny and skinny. That's a pretty big one.
Okay.
No, we got to move through. I need to remove this from the. it's like in there for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, sorry about
There
that.
we go.
All right, and here's the latest episode, ongoing eruptive
I've been waiting for this. I know.
phase of the Kilauea volcano in Hawaii. Check out video of episode 21.
We're already at episode 21. Can you believe it?
No spoilers. I haven't seen the first
The
20.
season has been flying by for the
And the
Kilauea
lava reached
volcano.
500 feet, and you can see the flows oozing out onto the crater floor.
Basically, we're just making more Hawaii. Ultimately, right? That's great.
A positive spin.
The island's getting bigger.
That's valuable
Slowly but
real
surely.
estate.
We'll get to enjoy it in what, like 1,000 years?
Well,
is that how long it
probably
takes?
not for us. That's a good point. Not for us.
All right, let's head back to Florida and check out some video of a very unusual sight. A large alligator with his head stuck in a folding chair was seen going door to door saying, "Hello."
Hey, anybody want a
in
chair?
Fort Myers neighborhood. Wildlife officers were able to wrangle it and relocate.
I couldn't help. I had a
imagine
chair.
that gator probably wanted to be wrangled. Like, please get this chair.
I think it's pretty funny that it got its head.
Have you ever
stuck
seen
in
the
it.
video of the alligator, the big alligator, hitting the doorbell? Ring
No.
the doorbell?
That's probably next week's roundup.
Yeah, okay.
Spoiled it,
I'll look
sorry.
for that one.
Our
Yeah.
crack research staff's going to get to work
You
on that
imagine
one.
answering the door and you're like, whoa, a big old
I
alligator.
don't really
It's a
answer
couple
the
of
door
weeks
for
ago, I
anybody.
think, on Good Day we had that, right? Was it recently?
No solicitors.
So read the sign. No solicitors.
sign.
Sign. Thank you very much,
It's very
Mr. Gator.
Yeah.
And finally, let's go to Southern Nevada. Weather predictor has made its latest ever emergence from its den. Mojave Max.
Oh, Mojave Max.
Hey, Mojave Max. Hurry up, buddy. Seen coming out
Hey,
of his
Mojave
spring
Max, he takes his
preserve
time.
burrow near Las Vegas on May 8th. Officials say the desert tortoise goes into its burrow every fall to hibernate. And then in Las Vegas, weather cools down. When the Las Vegas weather cools down, then Mojave Max then emerges again in the spring, which
Deliberately.
signals the warmer weather for South Nevada is here.
I didn't really understand why they said it was so late. I didn't know that.
'Cause he's
it just
slow.
It was because it was.
Right.
We wanted him out here in March.
Maybe it was
Wasn't
cooler
warm
than,
yet. Is
Maybe
that
it was
what-
cooler than average in the spring.
Oh, that's what. Oh, we did run that weather video last week of the hail.
Yeah.
So it was.
Yeah, Mojave Max. You didn't want to get out in that.
Just having a good old time in there.
All right.
All right, well, now it's game time, and as promised, we are going to play our alternate version of the floor called The Door.
The door.
Oh.
Y'all ready, right?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to show different doors around the building. Whoever buzzes in first or makes the noise,
I don't have a buzzer, so I'm going to make
gets
a
to
noise.
answer, and the person with the most correct wins. All right, let's go to door number 1. Okay, Dave.
Green room.
What am I supposed to?
Dave was the first one.
Oh, and Dave.
Guess
Oh,
where-
yeah, I forgot.
Where
I was
is that
listening
door?
for the end.
It is in an office.
No, you got to specifically.
Sports office.
Zach got that one. Yeah, well done. All right.
Okay,
1
okay.
point for Zach.
Okay.
All right, let's go to door number 2, Jerry. Dave buzzed in for.
It's
Women's bathroom upstairs, 3rd floor.
Wrong. Dave?
It's It's the 3rd floor.
Wrong. Casey?
I didn't even buzz.
Oh, is that news director?
Sure.
Oh, Zach got it.
yeah.
Sorry,
Good.
news director's office door, yeah.
Okay.
All right, door number 3, Jerry.
Oh, that's the door to go into our studio.
Yeah.
Right there.
The weather
Yeah.
center.
Dave. Yes. Weather center.
You got a buzz, Dave.
I
You lost.
did. I buzzed
He
when you
did.
just said.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
All right, 2, 1. Casey, you have not gotten any right. Yes.
Stairwell to get to the studio.
Stairway to heaven.
All right, well, I'll give Casey that
Stairwell
point.
to the director's booth.
No, up onto the second
Can see
floor.
your reflection.
I know, right there.
Yeah.
That points off
No,
for
no,
Donnie for
yeah,
showing the
yeah, it
reflection.
is.
Well, it's not really. It's the stairwell to the floor itself. It's not
Yeah,
really to the
yeah.
door.
Which
Yeah.
one, though? There's 2.
The second, that one. That one over there, yeah. All right, 2, 1, 1.
2,
All
1,
right,
1.
next
Here we go,
door,
here we go.
Jerry.
That's a
Break
3rd floor
room.
break room.
Dave's ringing.
where I get
your
my
bell
cinnamon
while
Pop
the-
Well, I
Tarts.
got to use my mouth.
All right,
'cause
you
it
can use
takes
your mouth too, all right.
seconds.
No, he didn't want the buzzer anymore. See, I took a disadvantage
All
and made
right,
it
2,
in.
2.
And he's just buzzing, and then he's trying to figure out.
Casey has one.
Maybe if Donnie's ruled the game,
If you
it
say, you don't get a point.
should be a point off if you don't get it.
All right, next door.
That is the conference room.
Oh, I said it first. I went
It
first.
says it on the door. You
Conference
didn't
room.
go
All right,
first.
let's say it.
I said,
I didn't say they were going to be hard.
You didn't.
I said, first.
Yeah. Dave's
Like,
gets
assuming I'm going to say it first anyways.
All right, we'll give that one to Zach because
Yeah.
he did 3, 2,
What do you
3,
mean
2,
you're gonna
1.
give it to him?
All right,
You said, you didn't, they didn't pop the video up. You got
I've got a strategy.
All right, show it.
You gotta wait until the
Donnie
door.
starts talking.
Wait until the door shows up on screen, and then you can guess. All right, next door.
Oh, I use it.
Zach got what's that one? Zach?
Point off for a wrong guess.
That's the old sports office.
Wrong. Dave, you were
It's
the second.
an industrial closet of some sort.
Okay.
But where is this industrial closet of some
10th
sort?
and Brazos.
Can we get a
119
little?
East 10th
What
Street.
floor do you believe that it is on?
Fourth.
Oh, I know what it is.
Wrong. Casey?
Judging by the gray paint and the water machine that is next to the bathrooms above the newsroom,
Yes, that's
yeah.
correct.
whatever
I was
that
close.
floor
Well
is
done.
called.
Yes.
Yeah, I was
Yeah. See, you got that one. All right.
Deduction, like Sherlock Holmes.
3, 2, 2.
We're almost done
3,
with
2,
this.
2.
Yeah, one more
many
door.
more?
Cinnamon, we got
One more?
cinnamon
I don't
rolls.
remember actually.
I got a noon show and cinnamon rolls.
Next door. Zach got that one.
Oh, I am present and it didn't work.
Oh, you know where?
Which floor?
That's the bathroom on right next to that other door that you just showed.
On which floor?
The second floor of the
That's true,
newsroom.
Yes, yeah. I think we got one more door left. One more door, Jerry? 2 more doors.
Oh, wow, 2
All
more.
right, next one.
3 doors down.
Dave? You should know this door.
I know, I do. It's in the hallway between the newsroom and the.
No. Zach? Casey?
It's where the microwave used to be.
Where the
on that
river
floor.
meets the
Yes,
road.
on the other
wow,
side, yes.
You're the. I'm
I'm up there a lot.
By the old digital office.
Hanging
I'm
out.
willing to declare you
Let's do
champion.
the other part of the building. Man, you went.
Well,
that
here's the
side.
thing.
One more,
As I
one more.
told
Here we
Casey,
go.
a lot of the doors look very similar.
Yeah.
They're all just white. All right, last door. I'd cover
They
it
got a
up.
big smiley face.
Well, because
something-
it would be too easy. if
Something
you-
I
bad
know.
happening in there.
Casey, let's-
That's Libby's door.
Yes, that's the keeping score office.
Yeah.
If you
Oh, I
at least
wouldn't have
then it would have been
gotten
too
that.
easy. Yes.
You could have taken that off. I wouldn't have gotten that.
Well, it's got her
Casey,
face
very
on it.
nice.
Casey,
Very
I
nice.
think you would've
Good job.
Hold it out in the end. Well
Hold
done.
it out.
If you
Yeah,
would have done this side of the building,
It's just not distinctive doors.
Your prize is you get to read this.
Yes.
Oh, great.
It's not
a
really-
classic sweets spot stopped by the studio and showed Libby and Adelie a few of their specialties. Nothing Bunt Cakes has 12 awesome locations and brought in their top flavors, which are chocolate, chocolate chip, red velvet, white chocolate, raspberry, and lemon.
I did eat some of that cake that was still sitting there
Yeah.
Monday morning. Don't judge.
For Mother's Day.
Never,
It was delicious.
Never would judge.
Yeah, they came in on Sunday, and Monday morning it was still there.
Was it in a container?
Yeah.
Okay,
It was good. Lemon blueberry was the flavor of that one.
Oh.
Yeah.
The latest keeping score was Mother's Day themed. Libby and Adley headed over to the Triangle to check out boutique flower shop Texas Blooms and Gifts. They put their flower arranging to the test, and in the end, Libby was declared the winner. The score, if your keeping score is now 69 to 75, with Adley still in the lead.
I thought they both had really nice ones.
That's very subjective.
I know. I didn't know. At
Yeah,
first, I
it
thought they were trying to recreate
There's something
the
going on with
original one.
Libby's blue flower. I think I like Adley's. Again, it's subjective.
Yeah. I like them both. I don't know if I could have
There's
judged
too
one way or
many
the other.
empty spaces with Adley's, and then Libby's is too short.
Oh, wow. This guy.
But they both lose in my book.
Billy Joe Flower over here. Okay.
All right, new neighborhood, bottle shop, and parlor is set to open up, and Libby and Adley got a sneak peek. Goodnight Cowboy stopped by the studio to talk about the shop, which will blend community and experience, curated spirits, wine, beer, and goods. The shop is located on Manor Road and will open on May 21st.
That's an interesting concept, I thought. I was like, oh, it looks like a really cool space, and they're going to sell wine and beer and all that other stuff, and then you can also get
Cowboy
drinks,
stuff.
A
apparently,
lasso?
and, lasso.
Well, there's a
The
lasso.
cowboy.
Lasso, cowboy.
Good night, cowboy.
Saying goodnight to the cowboy.
I think I meant lasso because there's like that online portal thing called Lasso
Oh.
that we use.
I have no idea what that is. Sure.
Know your audience.
That's something we're supposed to be
Sounds like,
using.
put it in the pile of other things I'm not doing over here that I'm supposed to do.
Canyon Grill stopped by to show Libby and Adelaide some of their food. The restaurant is on Lake Travis in the Rough Hollow.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I've been there. Yeah. I knew that sounds familiar.
While many think it's a private club,
That's what the guy said.
I thought that.
it's not. It is open to the public. They showed off some of their food items, including an ahi tuna poke bowl,
Man, look how low that was.
summer berry salad,
Focus.
an in-house cured smoked salmon and puff pastry wrapped salmon. Canyon Grill says they change their menu according to the seasons. So head to their website to get the full
It's a great
seasonal details.
place, and I think I've been there once a few years back, and you're right. You're getting there like, man, is someone gonna kick me out of here?
Like,
I
where's
don't
my
have a
jacket?
membership to
Fancy.
this
It
place.
looks
That's
good.
it's very
Yeah.
nice. It was very
Very
good.
nice.
Very good food.
Their food
Yeah.
looks really good. Well, Main Street Buddha came to the studio as Mudbugs joined Libby and Adelaide to talk about the restaurant and their food.
Mudbugs.
A good story. They opened in March 2020. Obviously, that was when the pandemic happened.
Great timing.
Yeah, and so they said that they started like amping up their service and
Yeah.
all that, and so they were able to sort of double their business. And so I love the way that he described it. He said they're elevated but not refined.
Okay, I like that.
So they made some shrimp and grits you see there. Next to
Winning
that
combination.
was also some gluten-free pancakes. You don't have to get them gluten-free, but those were gluten-free. He said you can get like biscuits and waffles gluten-free as well there too. So
Oh, look at that.
I love some good shrimp and grits.
Yeah,
I never
that's-
ate them before I came to Texas.
Oh, for real?
I don't even
for
think
breakfast
shrimp and
in
grits
this
is
way was not
prime
what
for Texas. I'd say it's more
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the South, the
Yeah.
deep South.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
but it looked delicious. So
All right, you don't have to go far if you want to the trails.
Train.
The trails. To go to the trails, to walk the trails, to experience the trails. Austin Travels stopped by Pamela Block.
a few times I've stopped you. In a
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking about these.
cinnamon rolls. That's
Thinking
what
about
he's thinking
cinnamon
of,
rolls. Pam talked about some of these trails you may not be familiar with, but they're here in town. She's working on a urban hiking guide, so she knows all the trails. She mentioned Bowerly Creek Ranch Trail in South Austin on Slaughter, Brushy Creek North Fork Trail, and Southeastern Metro Park Primitive Trail. And she said, this is just a massive, I think the first one, that's a massive oak tree out there, so you couldn't even get your arms around that. So providing needed shade if you're choosing to hike it these days.
Get out there early in the morning or late in the evening.
Yeah.
It's always one of those things where you always kind of forget that there's so many kind of green spaces.
There
to check
are.
out
There's
around.
a lot of them all over the area.
Especially when you live kind of close to the city or where I live, it's like you see buildings everywhere. So
Yeah.
there's no
Well, and
trees.
these, and she said about
Feels
this,
like.
they're kind of near some developments. One's out kind of close to the airport and fields, but then they have these little trails out there.
Yeah. There's a new family-owned winery and brewery in the Texas Hill Country. It just opened its doors. Jenna King headed out to Johnson City to check out Charleston Taylor Estate, where wine, craft beer, and hospitality can be found all under one roof. 100% of the wine is from teas Texas?
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's interesting.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
We did 3 hits with him yesterday. I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
It's
wow.
from Tees.
Tea wine.
I remember thinking, no one's going to want that. They're not going to sell one bottle of that
Terrible
tea
mistake
wine.
because it makes perfect
I
sense.
know. I really.
Tea.
I want to try tea wine.
No,
Okay,
you do?
from
Okay, Casey's ready for
They,
some tea wine.
they offer immersive experiences
Plenty for you, bud. No one else wants that.
to help connect people to wine tasting. Some experiences include creating your own wine,
Like from
Maybe
tea,
with tea.
as
Yes,
example.
maybe with tea.
Yeah.
as well as enjoying a cooking class.
Now, what pairs well with tea wine?
Biscuits.
Biscuits,
Okay.
yeah.
Got the answer.
I wonder if you could. I feel like you make wine with a lot of stuff. I
Well,
wonder if you could do it with tea.
you
Maybe.
should
Probably.
ask people in jail.
I bet it would be really good. I'm all for stuff like that.
Tea wine is a popular spirit in jail.
Yeah.
So we know.
I don't know.
Well, a giant in the makeup industry was in town recently. I got a chance to chat with her at a
Big
new
time.
store here in Austin. Libby and I talked to Bobby Brown at Jones Road
real?
Beauty on South
That's
Congress.
Bobby Brown?
That is
Bobby Brown.
That is Bobby Brown.
My prerogative.
I got to, that's a different Bobby Brown.
Bobby
yeah.
Brown.
That's different.
But she's such an amazing person to talk to because she's like one of Time's most influential 100. She started her brand that is named after her almost 40 something years ago. Sold it, then she wasn't able to create another brand until about 5 years ago. And this is the brand that she came up with. I also joked that I have never felt more like a
I was just
giant
gonna
in my
say,
entire
Johnny,
life. I know how you feel now every day, Zach, because I was like, man, I am tall.
Yeah.
But compared between Libby and Bobby. But it was just so interesting to just kind of listen to her talk about, how she came up with the brand and a little bit about her life and stuff like that.
Yeah, so her story is so impressive, and I'm always impressed with people who obviously have made a lot of money, been very successful, and they still want in the game.
Yeah.
Okay, I've sold this and cashed out, and that's great, and now I want to create something else and do the work to get back up all over again.
Yeah.
It's a true entrepreneur.
It was really cool to
Yeah.
talk to her. So that will be airing on the Good Day Austin Extra
Extra,
next
extra.
week. Yes, at 11:30. So check that out.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, before we take our leave of you, we head to the video
Get the
vault
cinnamon rolls.
Let's open it up.
and get the cinnamon rolls. No tea wine. We're going to take a look at the O. Henry Museum World Punoff Championships. This year's edition was just held over Mother's Day weekend in Brush Square Park, but the event was first held back in 1977. It aims to entertain with wacky wordplay. O. Henry was born William Sidney Porter and was a writer of short stories. He moved to Austin in 1884, perhaps best known for the Christmas classic work Gift of the Magi. Here's what the Punoff looked like back in 1983.
A crowd of 200 gathered on the lawn of the museum for an afternoon of pun and sun. The fine art of pun formulation is explained by Steve Uzel.
Generally, it's either a whole lot of tequila at night or possibly a bad Lebanese meal, and they just seem to come to you in the middle of the night. Isn't that the way, They just come right up. Just come right up, right? It's amazing the way they do. It's usually from the lower part of the body. Definitely has nothing to do with intellect, of course. We all know that.
The definition of a pun is the humorous use of a word in such a way to suggest a different meaning or application. These quipsters strut their stuff on the subject of horses and racing.
Well, I'm saddled with a problem here. Well, it's a cinch you'll have a good time, though. Really, I hope it doesn't rain. Racing too, if you like. Yes, I hope I didn't bit off more than I can chew either. He's a real man of war here.
As you can tell, it was an afternoon of pun and games as veteran punsters and a whole host of up-and-punning newcomers battled for the coveted Punoff Award. The Punoff Prize was captured by G.D. Swick. Steve Garcia, Channel 7 News Tonight.
Thank you for watching this edition of the Good Day Austin Roundup. Remember, you can get details about the stories we talked about in the Good Day section of our website.
You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Remember, Good Day Austin starts each weekday morning at 5, and you can watch on our Fox local apps.
They're free to download, and you can get content on your phone as well as watch newscasts and other videos on connected TV platforms like Roku and Apple TV.
Also, make sure you check out some of our great digital shows that stream exclusively online, like Fox 7 Espanol, the Texas News Show, and the Good Day Austin Extra. Be sure to check it all out. We appreciate it.
All right, tea, wine, and cinnamon rolls.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Good.
Go. I got an hour.